Steve, when you were preparing your Florida teams for the SEC championship game, the fact that you qualified for a berth in the championship game, did that make it easier to keep them motivated and focused on the games leading up to the championship game, or did it make it harder for you?
No, I don't know either way. I actually pretty much coach the same way every week. I know the performance of our team. Some of you out there think, well, man, that Spurrier really had a great week of coaching. I coached just as hard against Arkansas and we played like crap. So, I mean, it's up to the players. And our guys got ready to play last week. I could tell they were ready. We had a live dressing room, locker room. And the week before, we were a dead bunch of guys for some reason, and it just didn't work out. But anyway, no, as coaches, we try to stay consistent, and we're going to coach as hard as we can this week against Troy, and hopefully our players will really want to come to the ballpark and play last home game, and for the seniors and so forth. So it's just trying to. Now, we changed a few things in practice, and in fact, we didn't even talk about the Florida team until Tuesday. We just worked out a little bit on Monday and tried to correct some mistakes and so forth. So we changed up a little bit occasionally, but we're pretty consistent with the way I coach and our coaches coach each week.
Coach, kind of follow up on the last two questions. Is it nice, I mean, you heard questions from us for the last month about the SEC East title. Now that that's out of the way, the table is set, is it nice just to coach without all those distractions and all those questions about the division title?
No, we're coaching the same way as we did last week. And if we'd lost the game, we'd still be coaching the same way. We went down there knowing that we might not win the game. And we had Troy and Clemson and whatever bowl game after that. But we also went down there believing that if we really played well, certainly we had a chance to win the game. So we're fortunate to have won it. Had a quick little celebration Sunday and Monday, and now we're trying to gear in to beat Troy here Saturday afternoon.
Steve, closing the deal and winning a division going to the championship game obviously is kind of an end in itself to a lot of Gamecock fans. But can you think, or do you allow yourself to think about if this is really kind of the start of something with all the young players you have and kind of the recruiting bump you might get out of this?
Well, you hope it is, but we don't know. We don't know for sure. And we'll do our best to try to maintain whatever we have going when the season is ended. But as we all know, you're usually about as good as your last game. So we're pushing toward the game this week, and then we'll push for the next one and then the next one. But it's neat to accomplish something for the first time, and there's some other achievements still out there that we're shooting for.
Steve,
So we're still shooting.
Steve, the SEC has seen a marked increase in the number of points scored in conference games. What do you attribute that to?
I don't really have the answer. I don't have the answer for that.
Can a team prove something by not scuffling with the lesser lights or teams that might not be in your league talent-wise, like this team has done? Does it prove something by dispatching teams like that? And is that something you'd like to see from your group?
Well, certainly we'd like to play at a high level every time we go out. This Troy team's a pretty good team. Oklahoma State beat them 41-38 early in the year, and they've got a good offense. They statistically probably got better offense than Florida had statistically. Of course, they don't play competition like Florida does and so forth. But they're a good passing team, so we're going to have our hands full. We got to defend, we got to rush the passer, and get them off the field, things like that. So it's a big test for us, for our defensive guys, because they are a good passing team. Defensively, they've struggled a little bit here and there. but they're certainly very capable of coming in here and upsetting us.
You mentioned Coach Fitzgerald. How important is the relationship between the strength coach and the players in terms of team's overall success?
Oh, it's tremendously important. The strength coach and his staff are with the players 11 out of 12 months. That's about what it is. I think we give them 4 weeks a year off completely. So they're able to be with them all the time and try to push them to be as strong and as well conditioned as possible. And Coach Fitz is he's the best I've ever had, and his staff do a super job. And he handles all the class attendance. I think we had 3 guys that missed last week, so they were up at 6 a.m. this morning. A little extra workout for them, and every time they miss class, he handles it. Us coaches, we don't have to go drag them out of the dorms. So Coach Fitz, he drags them out.
It seems like 2001 gets the players and the fans psyched up a little bit more than the coaches, but what is it like for you to hear that right before you guys hit the field?
2001,
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to ask the players a little bit. I think a lot of them like to hear it. When you got your mind on what you have to do to try to win the game, it doesn't faze me a lot. I don't think it phases the coaches that are getting ready to make all kinds of decisions in the course of a ball game. Especially if you call the plays like I do. I don't know how many decisions exactly it is the head coach makes. Maybe about 90 to 100. You know, do we kick off? Which way do we defend? And this, that, and the other. So, but it is a neat song. I like the song. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm not so much into rah-rah as I'm into playing and trying to get our guys to play the game where it's supposed to be played. That's what coaches are into, trying to get your players to play the very best they can. So that's pretty much where my mind is, maybe when that song's being played. But it's a great one for the fans, and I'm glad we have it. Don't get me wrong. It's just coaches have other things on their mind right then.
Steve, in a week's time, your defense went from one of the poorer performances to one of the better performances all year. How much of that was the different styles of the offenses you played, and how much of it was
Well,
just
Coach
improvement?
Johnson, yeah, Coach Johnson and Ellis and Lorenzo Ward and those other coaches, we've been working hard on pass defense. I know it didn't show against Arkansas much, but it did show up pretty well the other night. And we're still not intercepting a lot of balls we get our hands on, and hopefully we can do that when we need to in some big games coming up as we go down these last 3. But we've changed our practice a little bit. That we go first group against first group a lot more than we used to, and our pass defense did look a lot better last week. And we still, we had excellent pass rush. So if we're going to make a strong finish, we got to play pass defense. So got to keep trying to get better. All right. Anything else? My voice made it. Okay. All right, see you guys.